Hi guys and welcome to Supermet. Today I'm in a brand new Porsche GT3 2022 model and it is a stunner. Right, let's get this new GT3 out on the road. So it's a flat 6, 4 litre, or 3,998 cc's or 97 cc's I believe. This is the PDK version, so it's good for 198 miles an hour. 0 to 60 I believe is 3.5 seconds. The manual I think is slightly slower at 3.9 seconds. So let's get it out and see what it sounds like. Can't go too fast, still bedding it in, only 136 miles. But what a machine. I've only done 20 miles and I absolutely love it. And now I'm going to be checking my bank balance to see if I can go and buy one. So enjoy. What a car. The noise is just phenomenal in the car. I mean, you don't want to change gear. I mean, I'm in third gear at the moment. I really don't want to change this gear. Just hear that exhaust note outside. If I pull it down a gear, it just sounds so meaty. It sounds so 911. It's just unreal. I mean, they've got it so right in my mind. I've had so many Porsches and mine have mostly been turbos. It's been a long time since I've actually been driving a naturally aspirated 911. But this, for me, feels wonderful. I mean, listen to this. I mean, look at my face. It is glorious. It's just like getting back into an old friend, but it feels like, you know, the suit has been changed. It feels like the hair's been done. Maybe I've had a bit of Botox, but it is awesome. They've kept the essence of the original 911, which I just love. If I put this window up, we'll get it a bit quieter. Under a nice bridge, and the way it handles, I mean, into this tight S, it's just stunning. I was turning in and it wants to turn harder into the corner, it wants to bite in. Turbo, you feel it wash slightly because you've got that four-wheel drive system that's operational, but this rear-wheel drive, big fat tires on the back, just feels like it wants to go harder and harder. Now I'm in sport mode at the moment, so the suspension has been slightly firmed up. I'm hoping there's not traffic, which of course there is, but listen to that noise. Every time, I can't stop grinning. It's just a stunning, stunning machine. So this has been lent to me by a nice, very nice friend of mine, Simon. And Simon only got it with a few miles on the clock. So when he arrived at my house, it had about 105 miles on the clock, I think, or 106 miles. And he very kindly has let me drive it. Now I've had a lot of Porsches. I'm keeping it under rev limits. I don't want to rev it too hard. This will rev to 9,000. I mean, this is a naturally aspirated engine and it's 6 cylinders that goes to 9,000 revs. I mean, it boggles your mind. But it's so easy to drive. I mean, I haven't been in a Porsche for a little while, and as soon as you get in the seat, you just feel at ease. It's very simple to drive. I mean, obviously, I now have gone the opposite direction, and I have Porsche now telling me that it can help me with things. So we're going to get rid of that because it's actually talking to me. So let's get rid of that. And I'm in a Tesla. Now, the Tesla, I've got to say, doesn't feel that different in speed to this car. But it's the way that this is, I can't explain it, it's exciting. It kind of sets your little bubble alight when you're driving it. It feels this wonderful vibration coming from behind you on the flat 6. You can tell it's a 4 litre. The wobble has been kind of flattened out slightly compared to the older 911s. But it's the way it turns in and it steers and grips into the corners. I mean, it is just utterly beautiful. And this particular car was about I think it was around about £155,000. And they start at 137,500. And the options on this are quite nice. I mean, he hasn't gone over the top, but he's got just enough options to make it feel special and to make it usable and a decent machine to live with on a daily basis. So On this one, what he's actually got, I'm going to stop here for a second whilst I'm talking. He's got the carbon ceramic brakes, which add, I think, nearly £7,000 if I remember rightly. He's got the black pack in here, which is standard. He's got the stripe on the bonnet, which you will see in a minute, with Porsche written on it, which is not everybody's cup of tea, but some people like it. I don't mind it, to be fair, and I did have that on one of my turbos, but in gold. He's also got the black wheels on it, the satin black finish wheels, and he's got the LED light package. Sport chrono, I can see. He's got the Bose sound system, and the rest of it, I think, is and the bucket seats, which I think are £3,800 option, and they are worth every single penny. Now, this isn't the touring version. Touring version, you don't have the roll cage behind you, but this has the roll cage. I think on the GT3, I think it kind of deserves it. I think it feels special enough to actually have it, and what a car. So we'll get it out a bit more, and you can hear a couple of hopefully flybys, but I have to be slightly careful because she's still being run in, and it's such a great opportunity to be allowed to drive it. We wanted to get drone footage today, but it's going to be really hard. It's a Sunday in London, and there's just not very many places I can go and fly this thing, so there won't be drone footage. But Simon's around for the next 3 weeks, and I will be taking it out again. He's going to help me actually drive it, and then we can get some drone footage, a few fast runs past cameras, and enjoy the video. So the infotainment system in the centre, again, it's grown up a bit more modern. You can see this has even got the plastic sticker on it. The car I'm in has done 136.4 miles. I've done the last 20 odd miles of this. So if we just go through a little bit into this, and then next, it hasn't even been set up, as you can see. Next, search for snow, so skip. Okay, this isn't actually going to let me do very much. I'm just going to go in as a guest and hopefully currently in privacy mode. Let's see what this thing looks like out on the road, because it's doing my head in already. This car is so new, they haven't even set up the PCM on it. So your vehicle is currently in privacy mode. To fully activate all functions and associated data transfer, privacy must be deactivated. Okay, deactivate. So I don't know if this is the right thing. So private mode was deactivated. Your Porsche Connect services were successfully loaded. So, okay, there you go. So this is like me just going and buying a Porsche. So you can say, hey Porsche. Maybe you've got to sing a Nelly song, hey little Porsche. Voice control is not available. Close, open. Okay, at last. So you can see we've got all our normal things that we would expect to find in a car of this type. So you've got car. Over here, you've got your different items here. So you've got sports. There you go. You can hear the exhaust pipe just change a little bit. Stop start you can change. Chassis is in sport because it's actually in normal at the moment, but if I rotate this to sport, you can see it's now gone into sport on here as well. Quite nice features the way they've done this. I just like the way that it's easy to navigate, it's easy to work your way around this. You've got your navigation as you'd expect. Media is going to work through Bluetooth on your telephone. You can connect your phone up to it. You've got your normal settings. Climate control you can do up here, but is actually down here. I love having physical buttons still. I can click them up and down. They feel high quality. They sort of feel billet finish on them. Radio controls here, and you can select, and then you can skip channels over here. Gear selector, pretty much as always. Slightly different selector in this car. They've tried to make it look a bit more like the manual. You just press down on top, and you pull it back, and it puts you then into first gear. And if you flick it across to the right-hand side like this, so I've gone from the centre to the left, I'm then into manual, and I can use the paddles on either side to select up and down. What else is there in this car? So you have other items in here. I don't know what keys they are. Something of Simon's, I would say. You've got the roll cage in this particular vehicle, and that beautiful aerofoil at the back of it. And this is pretty much it. I mean, there's a sport chrono up here. You can see my cameras. Nice Alcantara, or Race Tech as they're calling it, roof lining. 2 sun visors, both with mirrors. I think this one's got a mirror. Let's have a look. Mirrors and lights. Really nice place to be. Very easy to sit in. Very, very easy to drive. And I do like having this in yellow, the GT3 logo. Really nice. So let's get it out and about, and let's see what it's like. Now, it's a particularly hot day today, and I've got to say I am cooking. So let's get this thing running again, get the air conditioning on, because it's a bit much today. See what I mean? The smile. Oh, love it. It's exciting every time you're going out. I mean, even if you're only going to go to your village shop and buy a loaf of bread, it's such an event. It's so much more than just getting into a normal Porsche. GT3 is something special, and people like it. I've had 2 people now waving at me. One wanted to stop and have a chat in the street. I mean, they just can't believe it when they see it, because they are like hen's teeth. I mean, you really can't find this car unless you're lucky enough to have bought one, but there's just not very many out there. So let's nip out and about. So we'll go back into sport mode, so sport on the dashboard. I like driving manual, so I push it across to the right-hand side, click it, it's already in number 1, so we're in the first gear, and we're ready to go. I'm going to have the window down a little bit, because I'm quite hot and this AC needs to just cool down. And let's go out and we'll give it one final ride, and then I'm going to take it back to its loving owner, who's let me use it. So cheers, Simon, thank you for this, and let's get it out and about. I mean, what a noise. Oh, I need this in my life. Better do the lottery. A slight backfire, slight burble, but none of these sort of, the BMW pops that you hear. It's just not my style. I don't like that. I prefer this, where it's, it's got the performance, but you don't always need to use it, and that's the beauty of it. You don't need to race everybody. You've got a GT3, but you just need an open road, nobody else, so that you can have some proper fun, and it's a stunner. So this is the problem with living in London. I would love to be where I come from, in Norfolk, Norwich, and just have some brilliant roads that I can just blast down. But sadly, it's not where I'm from now, and that was a long time ago. So I have to put up with traffic lights, speed bumps, and traffic jams. What a noise. Even at 20 miles an hour, this car feels special. And it's so tight. Steering is very direct. When you go into a corner, it doesn't wash out, it wants to cut in. You can feel it digging in and turning into it. It's the most wonderful feeling. Everybody should try one. If you're into cars, I do believe you need to drive the original Mini, because that's a wicked little car. Might be slow, but handles phenomenally well. For something that was produced so long ago, amazing. But they're hard to find now, but try one. An Alfa Romeo, you have to own an Alfa if you're a petrol head at some point in your life. And it will cost you a lot of money, and it's not the fastest thing unless you can go and buy the Quadrifoglio, which not everybody can. And I think you need to own a Porsche. And if you can own a GT3, even better. And then give me a call so I can borrow it off you, because I love it. So slow. Just want to go. Constantly want to go. But I have a Citroen Berlingo in front of me. I think it's a Berlingo. Yeah, I think it's a Berlingo. It's very I mean, look at that. That car in front, a Citroen Berlingo in, what is it, silvery green colour, maybe? I don't even know how they did that colour. And it's what, 2006. This is grey, metallic, GT3. There's something so special about it. That just does nothing for me, but this does. This kind of stirs emotions, and it's a wonderful feeling. So let's see if we can just get a bit of noise on here. And traffic. So much traffic. So also speed bumps. I turn off anywhere else, I've got speed bumps, and it's a bit of a problem. This car doesn't have a lift system on the front axle. Lift system normally would lift it up slightly and then drop it back down again for going over, manhole covers that are big or speed bumps. But this doesn't actually have one, which is a bit of a shame. So I think it's an option that I would have done. I didn't have it on my Turbo S, but I would do it. I just think those front splitters are so expensive, and if you live anywhere like this, you do need something on it. Oh, it's boring. And so is my traffic notices I keep getting. Can't work this this PCM in this car. It's not set up properly yet, so it's a bit of a pain. Let's get it over to the common on the back end of where I live in a place called Chislehurst, and let's park it up and let's just have another look around it. There's not much to see though, this is the only thing. Engine bay, normally I'd open it, but there's nothing to see. It's all covered over. You've got 2 caps in the engine bay. I imagine, I haven't opened it, in probably anodized silver, and you'll have your oil and you'll have your water. Except for that, nothing else. 2 fans in the centre, oh no, speed bumps, sorry. I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go this way, and I'll go back through the centre of town. Here we go, can open it up a little bit here. Ready? Let's go. Perfect. What a car. Now that is what it's all about. That is where your £155,000 goes. Stunning. And now, traffic. No, let's see if we can just... And you know, interesting thing is, the rear stepped out on me then, and it's got the most wonderful feel. Very, very progressive, because you're rear-wheel drive. And you've got big old tyres, but in a turbo, it wouldn't have stepped out. And this was starting to go. An awesome feeling. If you're a driver, I mean, this thing is just a weapon of a car. So I really, really love it. So let's go. Very, very exciting. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry it's been so long. I will get back into it. I've been doing a lot of work, a lot of building work, no travel. So this is, you know, it's bad on me. I should have done more videos, but I will get back into it. And there's going to be more videos coming, and I will do another video on the GT3 as well, but not right now. It's going to be in a few weeks' time. Okay, so we are going to go again. There's a nice little road in a second. I'm hoping it's going to be free so that we can hear this thing. So we'll get the window open and let's see if we can make some noise in this thing. So we're in sport mode. I am in manual, so I'm going to be using the paddles on the steering wheel. And let's just see if we can make some noise in this thing in a second. Traffic, my God, so bad. Okay. Oh, someone in front of me. See if I can let him go a bit. Hopefully he's going to turn into Sainsbury's. He is, so I can open it up in a second. And then we can flip the throttle. Go again. Sounds awesome. Bouncing off walls when you've got some walls around you just electrifies. Sounds brilliant. Love it. I want one. Somebody buy me one. I need this in my life. What a machine. So let's take a look around on the outside. Beautiful machine. So obviously you've got this new spoiler on the back, which is very unique to the GT3, with these amazing arms which come up out of the bodywork. They sort of rise up from where the engine lid is and then into this amazing spoiler. Carbon ceramic wheels, which you can see down here. So you've got the carbon brakes. You can generally tell because they're yellow. Some people paint them, but these aren't painted, but you can see that sort of cracking effect. You can tell they're carbon. It's got the knockoff wheels on this one, and they've been done in the satin black. This is called agate metallic, this colour. It's a beautiful colour in grey. Hasn't been PPF filmed. Car will be PPF later, but just not at the moment. That aggressive front splitter, you can see the radiator through at the front there. It's naturally aspirated, but it does have proper splitters. I mean, like most cars, you've got the ducts through here. They go through, cool the brakes down. This duct at the front pushing up through the radiator, and then the hot air comes through these vents on top of the bonnet, and then it's forced along the bonnet and up and over, and then hits the rear aerofoil to hunker the car down. So all very, very usable. This has got the LED lights on it with the black headlights. And has he done the rear tail lights? No, he hasn't. So you can have these rear tail lights you can put into, sorry, he has. He's put them into jet black, but then it's got the light bar that runs all the way across. I really like that. Just reminds me of the old sort of 996 Carrera 4s when they did that. So it's just a nice styling cue. Then with this ducktail, which is built into the bodywork just at the back, you can see that. Really quite nice. So on the inside, I mean, she's very, very Porsche-ish. Just as you would expect. Big old tyres, the 2 centre exit pipes down here, and then you can see the rear diffuser down here to get rid of that airflow and dirty it up a bit. Wheels, love these wheels in this black. I think it really, really suits the car. It's 315/30 ZR21, so they're big old wheels, and they're Eagle F1s on this, Goodyear tyre. Really nice. So then if we look at the inside of this machine, we need to pop the door handle open. So if we just get the key and we hit the switch there, door handles now come out to meet you, which is quite a nice touch. And you know, pretty standard stuff, these door cards on this particular Porsche. So you can see you've just got the nice trim down here. It's lovely and cold, in fact, from the air conditioning. This is your beautiful seats, and then you've got your scaffolding in the back. So it's been very, very well executed. So just in the rear of the car, if you can see this, it's got a rear seat delete, just the carpet, and that's about it. I mean, it's a nice driving style, and the seats are really beautiful. I mean, look at the carbon work on these seats. Shiny, it's got a lovely slippy finish to it, black belts on this particular car, manual seat adjustment, so you can change items here, but you can do manual seat adjustment just down on the floor at the front. Really nice car. Still got a glove box, very useful. Cup holder is just in here. Not as funky as the old one where you used to have to push the tray that opened up and then you had 1, 2 here, but works really, really well nonetheless. Under the bonnet, just pop this up on the key. The button's quite a long way in here. You can see the Porsche logo up on the bonnet. So this bonnet's seriously lightweight, so you can see the carbon fibre work on it. It's really beautiful. So you've got your top bonnet just there, then you've got your carbon work on the inside just to finish it off. And you can see there's bits of it that have been left out just to save weight, literally everywhere. This is basically a stripped out racer, I think, for the road. I mean, that's the nearest way. You'd have to get pretty hardcore and go quite a lot further to actually take it to be a real track car. My drone in here, number plate at the moment. This is your warning triangle. You know, usable boot. You can put a bag in here. You can put 2 overnight cases in here. Easily put a couple of flight bags in here. A couple of flight suitcases that you put in the lockers. Really easily put those in. And then let it go down. And then just a gentle push down, not a wallop down. Isn't she pretty? What a car. It's a pretty masculine machine, I would say. And just sort of harks to what it is with the GT3 logo, and then just that 4 litre. What an engine. Guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I've had so much fun in the GT3. It's an amazing vehicle, and I'm very much looking forward to getting my hands on it again. So please subscribe to the channel. I am going to produce some more videos shortly, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that bell icon so you can get all the latest videos that are coming up, and let me know the next car that I should be reviewing. Hopefully they're going to do a GT3 RS, and when I can fly eventually, hopefully I can get out and I can be driving the GT2 RS in Manila, and it's just a stunner. So there's definitely cars in Asia for me to do. At the moment it's just kind of been a bit hard traveling, so it's something that I will do later. So stay safe, drive carefully, see you soon. Well, GT3, it's been good whilst it lasted.